What's happening, YouTube? It's Nature Man Kev. So today we're gonna do a video of inoculating some substrate with some lion's mane grain spawn. This video is gonna be pretty loud because I have the flow hood on, and that flow hood, when it's blowing, that will loud. But I'm gonna try to work through it. Hopefully this audio ain't too bad. If it's too bad, I'm gonna just throw some lo-fi on top of this video anyway. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So I got all my, this is 12 substrates right here. These substrates are hardwood fuel pellets and soy hull pellets, or master's mix. And we got a big grain spawn bag that I worked on. I really shouldn't be touching this. I'm gonna still spray it back down with alcohol. But this big lion's mane one, there's a lot of really good strong lion's mane mycelium. So we're gonna go ahead and inoculate some lion's mane substrates, which will be ready to fruit within, like, I say 2 weeks. My cultures are pretty strong, so they're fruit at a good speed. So when you're dealing with inoculation, the biggest thing is sterility. I really shouldn't be talking because even my spit can become contamination, but I'm only going to talk a little bit to kind of reference certain things for y'all. But once we start going, you're just going to kind of see the process flow. Oh, I don't have my scissors. Let me see something. Where's my alcohol? Got my scissors, got my alcohol. So one thing about lab work is everything is about sterility. You want everything to be sterile, because everything being sterile helps you prevent contamination, or like cross-contamination and stuff like that. So, alright. Spray my bag down. And now lion's mane grain spawn colonized is very wispy. So it's very thin. You see it, that white. But now that that bag is broken up, that white becomes very, very thin all the way around. But I can guarantee that each of these grains have mycelium on it, so it's no worries. All right. Now I don't think I'm gonna use all of this grain today, so whatever I don't use, I'm most likely just gonna heat seal back up and use it for the next run. My All-American broke. Well, it ain't break, but the little pressure seal popped out. So I don't got my All-American. So I've been having to run on my Prestos. So now my runs are a little bit smaller, but it's fine. We make this work. And I can order a new one from the website. It just be like $15 for this little bit ass piece. Nigga ain't trying to spend 15 for a little piece. But I'm gonna have to spend 15 for that little piece. Alright, so then I got my little heat sealer right here. It's a little ratchet, so I've had to learn how to like tweak it a little bit in order to make sure that that my bags are being sealed. Because like, it works with certain bags, but if you know, like, if you're like me and I buy like my like the bags, the substrate bags, the autoclavable bags, I buy all of those off of Amazon. So they always come in different like types of material, and so some material can seal better than others, and it becomes an issue. So I have to finesse that little sealer. But with each of these, we're just adding a little bit of grain spawn in it, just enough to, once I shake it up, to be all around, so it has a lot of inoculation points. And those inoculation points are gonna help the mycelium be able to colonize that substrate a lot better. Basically in that motion, you got the big substrate. Whenever it's in the pressure cooker, and it comes out, it's like vacuum sealed, so it's like hard as a brick, right? So the whole thing I have to do is getting air into that bag and loosening up the substrate first. Then once I have it loosened, I can add a little bit of my grain. And then at that point, it's easier to shake up whenever, after it's sealed. So you can not break it down, but then when it comes to trying to shake it after it's been like sealed and inoculated and sealed, then that's when the complications come in. Because then you basically are like mixing a vacuum packed bag, and that shit get damn near difficult, damn near impossible to do. So you want to make sure that you got some air, some sterile air within the substrate bags. So you see how I'm doing it, but I'm doing it in front of the flow hood, so all that extra air that this bag is sucking in, once I broke that down, it's all sterile. So then when I'm able to add my drain spawn, which is all sterile, then I can just close this baby up within some sterile air. Still try to make sure that some of the air stays in there. So, and then I'll bring it to the heat sealer. Yeah, if you don't have a heat sealer, you could do it with a zip tie as well. And I can show you that real quick. Let me see. I'm sorry, y'all. My allergies are fucking killing me. I sound worse than I feel. I probably don't even sound different to y'all, to be honest. But yeah, my allergies are freaking annoying. I'm trying to do lab work when you have the allergies. It's like trying to prevent sneezes and runny nose and shit. But alright, so let's do this one. And see how I'm able to use just a little bit of grain, so then my grain spawn can stretch out. I really could use less than this. I'm kind of cutting up. Yeah, I'm kind of cutting up with my portions today. But you can use a little bit, and a little bit goes a long way. Alright, so if you're doing it with a zip tie, then you can just inoculate it. Make sure all of the top of the bag is up there, because sometimes certain corners will slide down and it won't be sealed. And you zip tie it like that. And tighten it up. So before I had a heat sealer, this is how I did all my bags, just like that. And that works just as well as heat sealing it. Whenever you're ready to fruit it out, you can just cut the zip tie off and fold it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But I got a heat sealer, so shout out to my dog for gifting me that, and I'm gonna utilize it, or I do utilize it. It's kind of old school, it's kind of ratchet, kind of heating in different variations. But shit, if it ain't broke, don't break it. And yeah, for all y'all wondering, my damn, that stutter was crazy. My sterile room is just a old walk-in closet, pretty much. You can get pretty creative with your sterility. All you're making sure of is that you don't have an airflow outside of your flow plate. Air is definitely a vector of contamination. Like all this damn talking I'm doing. Nah. But I ain't projecting my spit, so I should be able to. Well, like, how would I know if I'm projecting my spit, right? That shit just microscopic. I'm just talking. It's the first video I get to just see my randomness or hear some random shit. Alright, so now we are 2, 4, 6, 7 deep. Ooh, we're gonna bust down 5 more. I'm really being dramatic. I'm finna start 2-timing these hoes. Hold on. Cause I'm gonna do this. There we go. No, bitch, speed. There we go. Yes, sir. A little bit of that. Yes, sir. Seal that one. And this flow hood that I'm working in front of right now, it's a 2x4 flow hood. Just so you can understand that within this, like the size reference of what I'm running today. So I have a 2x2 as well. That was the first one that I had. I had a steel airbox, that's what I started with. Boy, that steel airbox was ass for bags. I could do jars easy. I can do jars all day. Agar, you could do agar all day on a steel airbox, but like, when it came to my bags, every single grain bag and substrate bag would contaminate. So that was the reason I finally got that flow through. So I got a 2x2. And then my partner went out of business. He shut his mushroom operation down. So that's how I ended up with the 2x4. And I like it. I really should change the pre-filter. I know y'all probably seen a little bit of dirt on the pre-filter. It don't change my sterility rates, and if you notice, that's why I'll be working on this side more often, like, because the sterile air comes in on this side, so it needs a new helper. But I mean, hey, it worked. I don't be complaining. I mean, my contaminant ain't 0%, but it ain't higher than 10%. We still rocking. We still doing it proper, like. Really gotta hurry up because I'm recording this video in the morning time and the kids finna wake up. And you gotta do this and then go get breakfast ready. Go do all the daily and then come back to work. It's the motions. Alright, so this is the remaining grains that I gave right here. And so that's enough grain to do me like 6 to 8 probably more lion's manes. So I'm gonna keep this airtight. So we're gonna keep that one aside, and then I'm gonna run some more subs tonight and then some more subs tomorrow. So it's going to end up getting used within this week, alongside some blue ashes and some, what else I gotta do this week? That reishi, gotta get some reishi going. Some Ganoderma multipilium. It might be multipilium, I don't know. You know, I'm black from the south, so I'm in the industry with Latin names. It's fucking wild. Bitch, I barely know English. Well, I know English, I just enunciate crazy sometimes. But shout out to everybody that love Latin names. I know Latin names for the stuff that I grow, pretty much. And some of the wild shit. Let me stop playing, I'm a smart nigga. Alright, so, boom, there we go. So now I got 12 substrate bags. each of them. I'm gonna go through a whole mixing session. And then what I like to do, once I know it's all mixed, is kind of create mini bricks. So not hard, we don't push it down, but whenever you're doing that, it helps whenever it comes to fruiting. It helps with colonization because it helps the mycelium kind of all be together, and it helps with fruiting because when you're fruiting the bag, or when I fruit the bag, I fruit it upside down, so I'll be eating a flat top. I'll be eating a flat top like the 90s to do this, to get it fruiting how I want to fruit it. So the top and here becomes the bottom whenever I'm fruiting. Because I fruit upside down. I think I said that already. I might be repeating myself, I don't know. So people have like automatic mixers. I've seen a lot of people make their own kind of mixers, their own kind of bag mixers and stuff. Because everything I do is like a very like at home scale kind of vibe. So like I still do everything on a very basic terms. It's a lot of labor, but there's different equipment out now that can pre-mix your substrate for you. That can mix up these little things. We got little rotator drums that mix up these bags. So you don't gotta sit here and shake. My thing is it kind of take away from the love of the farming, right? Maybe not. Maybe I'm just being cheap. I mean, in that same breath, I feel like tractors and every machinery takes away from the love of farming outdoors. But that could just be my perspective because I'm broke. And I can't fucking have tractors and bulldozers and shit. So I might only be speaking from a long perspective. Damn, I ain't even think how this shit's probably looking on camera. It probably look like an earthquake. The camera probably shaking like the bag shaking. Hey, y'all see how I feel like to be mycelium for the day. Sad. It's funny. It's so funny because my favorite movies range from like some good movies to fucking end of the world to fucking horror. It's kind of like my music. So if you knew that shaking like a stripper, tighten up reference, and you would also know the make the money, don't make the reference. But then, like I was just watching Legion for the 1,000th time, the one with the Irish, where they was like the end of the world, and they came and protected at the diner. Yeah, I know that whole word for word too. The first attack. Alright. So my marker is out there, so I'll go grab it in a second. But yeah. Now, if you enjoyed this video, you vibed out with me, feel like you learned a little something, please like and subscribe on the YouTube. And yeah, I'll be back with a lot more videos soon. I know y'all be like, we say that all the time. But I just get a little backed up when it comes to fatherhood and trying to grow this business. But you know, no excuses, so I ain't giving you no excuses. I'll be back with some good quality stuff real soon. So yeah, thanks for rocking with me. Much love.